Have you ever heard of breath before? There are three basic needs that every mammal on this planet shares: food, water, and oxygen. Food, water, and oxygen, gotta have them. However, the most intriguing part about us above water mammals, and on a more relatable note, us human beings, is one of those three needs gets handled for us at no extra charge. That process is breathing. You see, we Homo sapiens have a funny little trick when it comes to sucking on that good old-fashioned O2, and that is involuntary respiration. You see, the mind happens to be quite a powerful tool, and it also happens to know a little bit about what's good for us. So while we're busy focusing on the silly stuff, our mind keeps us subconsciously summoning the powers of our complex respiratory systems to keep us alive, beginning at birth and ending at death. It isn't all existential though, as the respiratory system can also be manually driven when the thought should dawn on us. Should we attempt telling our bodies that air is no longer required, given a limited amount of time, our mind will eventually take over again. Whether that's before or after passing out is up to you. Now then, let us break down this two-phased mental respiratory subconscious conspiracy at the biological level. The brain recognizes your body's need for oxygen and is thus inspired to send a signal, as it has many times before, down the spine to the many organs of your respiratory system, including your lungs, airways, blood vessels, muscular structures, nose, and mouth. Speaking of those two, the nose and mouth are responsible for the first task of opening the nasal/oral cavities for the inhalation of breath. The pharynx is right below these and is the tube that carries the breath down the throat, past the larynx and epiglottis, down the trachea, splitting at the bronchial tubes and into the left and right lungs. To assist this process, the muscle is brought in to keep things smooth. While the diaphragm contracts, pulling the lungs and other organs down, the intercostal muscles between your ribs contract and pull up, creating a larger cavity for your big fat lungs to occupy. Success. Yet, just as all the oxygen is quickly absorbed by the alveoli into the capillaries, worthless carbon dioxide is brought through the bloodstream and left in its place, and the temple of your body is none the wiser. Just then, a signal is sent from your brain again, advising you to dispose of this useless gunk gas. That's when the diaphragm relaxes, the abdominal muscles contract, pushing the diaphragm up into the lungs, and the intercostal muscles expand and push the ribs and the lungs, shooting all that gunk gas up through your tubes, goobs, and schloobs out through the mouth of the nose and into the atmosphere when the trees eat it. And guess what? I was breathing this whole time.